So, guys, we have to talk about insurers leaving many states for multiple reasons. Let's put it that way. Insurers such as State Farm and Allstate are leaving fire and flood-prone areas, and home values could take a hit. I understand the argument, but let's get into that a little bit. This is from CNBC. We've already talked about this in Friends of Mortgage Heroes episode 3. Quick shout out to our other playlist on our channel. Friends of Mortgage Heroes is where we talk and interview people in and around real estate that we know, love, and trust. And we talk to them about their experience, their industry, and what knowledge they could share, help you all learn something about what they do, but how that adds value to your life as a homeowner or aspiring homeowner. So check out Friends of Mortgage Heroes number 3 with Carlo Diaz with Old Harbor Insurance. We talked about this exact problem. Insurers leaving California, the California Fair Plan stepping in and replacing most of these people, but only with fire coverage. So here's the deal. State Farm stopped accepting new applications. Allstate announced that they are going to pause new homeowners. They're not doing renewals for people in California. And, I don't know exactly when they're going to come back. I have a suspicion, which I'll share in a minute. But here's the bottom line, is that the risk is really high actuarially for these businesses. And as that risk increases, so does the cost of insuring the assets that people have on hand, which is their home.
No, it's crazy. This insurance situation is crazy. I'm getting calls from our clients like, hey, they just dropped me. What do I do?
Yeah. Right.
Who do I go to?
Right.
And it's a panic mode because, you gotta insure one of your biggest assets.
Yeah. Well, most people aren't sitting on the cash to do the replacement cost of $300,000, $400,000.
Exactly.
That's what the insurance is for.
Yeah. But it's getting too expensive for also insurance companies, right? With everything that's going on, flooding. And you guys see on our social media, San Diego, it rained over here, but they're making it seem like Barrio Logan is underwater right now. But it wasn't. It isn't. So a lot of times it's just,
It's temporarily.
I don't know who's throwing these social media videos, right? Is it the insurance companies
Dago
to
TV?
make them think? Who is it?
Dago TV?
Well, I did a little bit of research about that in preparation for today because we did just see that here in San Diego.
Yes.
We did see that the industry is going to have some severe consequences and possibly even the city because of flooding in San Diego that has actually caused loss to residences and to businesses. I have a personal friend who lost a substantial amount of equipment, assets, and vehicles in the flood because it was connected to a city pump that was not turned on. I'm not going to say anything else about that because I'm not going to get into the scuffle between the city and people, but I'm just saying for some people that happened.
It did. It did. And it wasn't 5 feet of water. It was 2-3 feet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's still,
I know what it is.
I saw houses underwater, like the roof. I'm telling you, the roof is the only thing you see is the roof.
That's Louisiana, probably, right?
No, this was Spring Valley.
I know. Just so you have an understanding, Spring Valley is a higher elevation.
Yeah. So the deal is here, guys, that insurance carriers cannot get the premiums increased as fast as possible in California because of a rule that does not allow them to increase their rate of insurance premiums by more than 7% without approval by the insurance commissioner. And going back from what Carlo was telling us in episode 3 of Friends of Mortgage Heroes, he was talking about how that you have to apply for that every 6 months. You can't do it more frequently than every 6 months. So it's I'm going to ask for a 7% increase right now, and then in 6 months and 1 day, I already have my next increase request up, and it's because the replacement costs have soared so much, it's well beyond the 7%. So even if they get their 7% approved right now,
not enough,
and then another 7% approved in let's say June or July of this summer, they're still behind the 30% increase of some replacement costs for goods that go to rebuild homes.
This is a true story. I had a client this weekend. She's actually close family. Sends me an email. Why does my payment go up so high? And I said, I thought I had a 30-year fix. And I'm like, you do. I go, what you have to do is you have to reach out to your insurance company because I think what happens since your property is escrowed, they're taking your property tax and your homeowner's insurance. And I know property taxes increase, but they don't increase, in the hundreds of dollars a year. They're maybe $100, $200, if that, for the year. So I said, check your homeowner's insurance. Sure enough, she went, and what happened is she was used to paying $850. Now she's paying $4,400 a year.
What? Wait. The premium went from $850 to $4,400.
$4,400. So if you do that, you're good at math. What does that average out for?
That's
monthly?
Like another $275 extra.
So when they're saying
$3,200, no, what is it? $3,600 difference? $3,600 approximately. That's $300 a month more.
So if to add to perspective in this, yes, it could affect a home purchase too, right? When your payment now is going to be way higher than you thought it would be, only for I remember we used to calculate $85, $115 a month, right, Brian?
Right.
More or less.
Yeah,
Now,
65, 75 on the high end.
Dang.
Now I start off at 100.
correct. So it's things like this that are actually also
But that screws with DTI.
affect exactly.
That screws with the debt to income ratio.
Even if
and
at
that
the
affects
end,
affordability.
Yeah. Even at the end, if it's literally $10 above your debt to income ratio, I'm sorry that loan's not going through.
Exactly.
So-
It's so silly, but that's how it is.
We find ourselves in
Make
this
you or
like
break
damned
you.
if you do, damned if you don't. Because
Correct.
you can't get a mortgage without insurance, and you can't get insurance if the carrier's not here. But then you can't. The mortgage company can't loan the money to get their interest they want unless they can get a buyer who can qualify. Like it's like
now
it's like a circular shooting.
Correct.
But now when you
exactly.
did find the insurance is too expensive, and now you can't do the loan. So
Well,
therefore, you can't buy the house.
What's interesting
Well, what are
is
you guys doing now then? What's the solution?
Carlo.
Carlo.
Okay.
Okay, I know
So
that.
Andy, so luckily we are not in the insurance business. We're in the
Correct.
lending business. So thankfully,
but-
we have great partners
but-
at Old
We
Harbor
do,
that take
but
care of it.
most of our clients, obviously, they're military. They go to
USAA does
USAA.
really good,
yeah.
They go to Carlo, and we also got Kim with Driver's Choice.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
been phenomenal for
Yeah.
many years.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But again, I mean, with this article sharing here, I mean, we have these people in Sonora, California. They were paying $2,000 and
Yes.
they got dropped.
Yes.
And now it's going to an annual fee of $12,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, these people, they lived there for years. They gotta. Now they're saying like
we can't afford this. Yeah, I might have to sell my house because of this. So
interestingly, that you brought that up. What I read also that increase in insurance actually hurts them down the line if they want to sell, dropping their purchase. I mean, the value of the house 12%. So now, on top of you not being able to find insurance, and then you're gonna have to, I guess, sell the property.
Yeah.
Now it's gonna ding you for not being able to find insurance for the next people that come in and try to take the
Yeah.
property.
But, and part of this might just be temporary, and this is a long shot. But you know, I'm remembering the conversation about asking Carlo. I asked him like, when are the carriers going to come back? Like, you're going to have to re-entice these massive companies to come back. Now, hold on, before I continue that thought. I want to like address this. I understand in some of our shorts from that episode and in our comments of that video, insurance companies have still raked in billions of dollars profit.
Of course.
I absolutely understand that. They have to in order to continue providing insurance. So is the argument about premiums completely valid and that it sucks? Yes. Is it also true that they're making money? Yes. Do we need them to make money so that they can continue offering the service? Yes. You can choose to go without insurance, except there's consequences in the state you're in for whether you drive. I mean, for your car, but also for your home. If you're gonna have a mortgage, you have to have insurance, and you risk not being able to rebuild your house in the event of a catastrophic loss. So it's like a you have to. What am I trying to say? It's like we kind of have to live with that, and then just make the best choices possible.
Yeah, you bring in a great point, and this is from the company that stated, even though there wasn't an increase in major disasters in 2023, he said the industry is still expecting to see a $50 billion in loss just because of severe consecutive issues such as flash floods and implications of heavier everyday storms.
Yep.
Well, just
That's
they're
what we had
expecting
here.
that. So I know
That's
it sounds like
exactly
we have
what happened here.
Just in California, I remember to begin 2023, I was driving through Northern California, and there was a freaking storm everywhere. All mid-California was flooded. The freeways were closed down, and that was last year. So you're telling me this year we started off the same thing. So, yeah, a lot of these houses were already dealing with stuff from,
And not only
previous-
that, so we have damages to
Yeah.
properties. The other thing is most of these insurance companies also provide auto insurance.
Yeah.
Right.
And so you already know us Californians, guys. We see a drop of freaking rain, and all of a sudden, we go from 75, 65 to down 35 miles an hour.
Oh, I thought you
know?
say go 75 to 100.
No.
I go the other way.
We're not used to the climate here, so raining, right? Like we can.
Some people don't even show up to work. It's like a national holiday. Like, no more.
We don't need a weather forecaster in San Diego, right? Like we already know what the weather's going to be down.
It's
3
raining.
months.
Everybody stay home.
Yeah, exactly.
Work from home.
Yeah, I mean,
Crazy.
This is unresolved, guys. There are some things that legislatively have already changed or are going to change in 2024, but
hope
don't
so.
take effect until 2025. So we're at the beginning of the year still, guys. We have 8 more months still to go for 2024, and then in 2025, some of the things that are approved now will start to take effect and be impacting homeowners. But until then, we just got to kind of like ride this crazy storm and deal with it and get connected with people that we know and trust and who can provide policies.
That's it.
Because we're really going to be left with who's left.
Yeah.
I know that's like such a dumb saying because you're always left with who's left. But look, when you got State Farm leaving, you got Allstate leaving. I know I've heard Farmers' name, and they're not doing some renewals. Like, other friends of ours that have other agencies. Like
Geico took other operations from California.
I know.
Done.
Yeah.
So earlier you asked, you're saying, so what are they doing to, the people that they can't insure? What I have noticed compared to previous years when things were a lot easier is that they have a lot more stricter underwriting guidelines when you send the house. So now they're asking, when did the roof get last replaced? What's the condition of this? How many people are going to be living in there? Like all these little external things that never got asked before. It was just say, here's the property profile. Great. Perfect. Looks good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Here's your policy. Now it's like, oh, it's going to take 2 weeks because we have to take it through underwriting.
No, it's a 30-day underwrite.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
30-day.
So there you go. Up to 30 days on something. And we're over here trying to close in 14 days.
Wait,
and
it's taking
my,
30
it's a 30
days
days.
for some right
There's an
now?
article. Yeah.
No,
Yes.
I know, but I'm saying front
30 day.
I'm saying front of lines. You guys have 30-day responses?
not 30
No,
days,
no.
but they can take up to.
It could take up to 30 days. And here's the other thing. You can get insurance right now, but once they go into Google Earth and they do their underview, they can cut
I
you
heard
off
about that.
after that.
Like,
so
there was-
these
heard
are
about
things that happen.
I had one that we sent it out, and then once we got into escrow, they literally, hey, this has to go back into underwriting, and came back a few bucks higher, but still, it got rechecked.
Yeah. I remember we used to get same-day declaration pages?
Yeah. But the thing is, it just depends on the area, Andy, is what
That's
it is.
super
Yeah.
high.
It depends on the
yeah.
area. The good thing is we're mainly here in the suburb. We're good.
Yeah.
Right.
But if they're going to Hamul or something like that, where
Well, there's not even coverage in some of those areas.
Exactly.
You're only going to
You
have
have
the
to go to the
California fair.
One
California.
thing I did run into last year with one of the sellers that was proactive, they actually pulled an insurance report and gave the area breakdown of what type of zoning it fell under, so that when we went to go apply for our insurance, they gave us that. We were able to send it to them. They're
That's
like,
smart.
oh, cool, this was really
Yeah.
good. And it was actually through Allstate that we got that insurance policy.
Gotcha.
Or I don't know if it was Allstate, but that was one of the ones that they provided
Yeah.
from. Yeah.
Okay, so for our clients who are watching this and they need help with their insurance, they can call you guys and we can get them to somebody.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
And then
absolutely.
for our agent partners who are watching this, I like that idea. I didn't hear about that idea until right now. That they are actually, you're saying the listing agent is supplying the
Yes.
buyers with insurance options so that they
not
can get,
insurance options, but with a detailed
okay, got
breakdown
it.
of what zoning, whether it's flood, high fire area, but it
Okay.
has all those information so that when an insurance provider sees it, they're like, I know exactly, and it's very recent, so they know it's very recent data. Sometimes they go based off other stuff. This is so that they know exactly.
we were talking earlier how the blueprints, everything's changing. Everything's
this is
changing. Even our roles as loan officers, realtors, you're saying that like all our roles are changing.
Yeah.
There's more
Yeah.
that needs to be added into this.
Yeah.
We're no longer that traditional type of lender. So, you want to have, if you're working and purchasing a home with the realtor, with the lender, make sure that they're in tune with happening in the community.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
have
know, a
to.
lot of times,
Yeah.
I'm going to go through the XYZ, but they're in New York and I get that the rate, everything's good, but having that proper support, being
Hyperlocal.
of exactly.
Hyper-local.
Yeah.
Hyper local. That's it's just gonna help you in many ways.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, if you guys
This is
need,
tough.
if you're watching this and you need help with your insurance and you're in California and you're in San Diego specifically, we can help you. we can
Yeah.
help you out.
No,
Also,
and-
if you have solutions and you are an insurance person watching
Yeah.
this, comment below. Tell us
Please.
what we might not know. Clarify some things that you heard during this segment, and let us know how we can help more people understand what's going on.
Also, shameless plug, Carlo actually just dropped a really good informational video. If your policy has been going up and you don't have any tickets, you don't have any inquiries, definitely reach out because there might be something you're able to do about that.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so-
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, no,
Great
and
point.
again, big shout out to Carlo,
Yeah.
USAA, and Kim. I mean, they've been
And
phenomenal.
no shameless plug. Like, these is just ways to save. Like,
That's
anybody
it.
can help out right now. Anything, like, even if it's a couple bucks, like, just, do your financial
Yeah,
research.
no, it's
Like,
it's incredible that they're still fighting, and it's tough
Yeah,
out there with
they're
that
gonna
when it
have
comes
to.
to insurance.
I feel like getting savings is one layer. Getting insurance,
Getting
period,
insurance is the
another
biggest
one.
thing. Correct. Yeah, again, you're protecting your investment.
Yeah.
I have a client right now that I'm helping has no homeowners insurance on his current property that is free and clear.
What?
And I'm
Wait,
like,
for real?
please, like you need to protect your assets, literally.
Oh man.
I know it happens.
That just like automatically, I was like, oh god, that
Yep.
makes me very nervous.